It's a simple question. I don't even understand why you would dispute what I'm suggesting to you. In my language, which is isiXhosa, hearsay is undiva. I've asked my co-commissioners what it is in Setswana, and they tell me that it's mabaribari.
It's true.
You know that?
Yes, I know that.
So all I'm asking you
That's correct.
is whether you accept hore.
It is yes.
Mabaribari.
Oh.
Yes. It was Mabaribari when it was first presented.
Yes, I'm not asking about what you would then establish afterwards.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thanks. I don't want you to misunderstand me.
That's correct.
Hearsay evidence is admissible in this commission. The only issue would be its probative value. That is what weight we attach to it. So it's still admissible. Yeah.
Thank you.
But my next question then is, what detail, if any, did your source give you on how the source knew that General Mkhwanazi and King Misuzulu had been recruited by the CIA?
Commissioner, may Commissioner rephrase the question? I don't.
What detail did your source give you on how they, that is your source, knew that General Mkhwanazi and King Misuzulu had been recruited by the CIA? Did your source just say, do you know, General Mkhwanazi and King Misuzulu were recruited by the CIA without more?
Yeah, it is without more. You'll just say, King Misuzulu he's been staying somewhere in the U.S., you check, and then you see how General Mkhwanazi speaks. It always tells you he was trained by the American and what. That's where everything started, commissioners. And indeed, even in front of here and in our talk, he spoke about being trained by the American.
I'll tell you that I actually hold a degree from the United States of America. Does that make me a CIA operative? I'm scared I asked that question because you just might say yes. But can you please respond?
No, I cannot say that, commissioners. Investigation as it comes, someone may say that, not to me, to another agent, to whoever, may say Commissioner Matlanga is a CIA. He may say that, not to me. Yes, that.
Thank you.
But just picking up on the chair's question, apart from the fact that General Mkhwanazi says that he received some training in the United States, did your source give you any information to support his allegation that General Mkhwanazi and King Misuzulu are CIA agents?
Yeah. You see, when information came, commissioners, it further talks to the treatment which the combination of General Mkhwanazi and Misuzulu, King Misuzulu, how they treated the brother to King Misuzulu, Prince Makati. The investigation took us to that extent that we ended up having to meet them.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, even though the question is not mine. I do not understand the question to be about what you established later.
Oh, okay.
It's about the stage at which you get the information.
No, there was nothing on top of that. Thank you. Understand.
I think maybe then go to paragraph 22, where I think you were heading anyway.
Yeah. This is where the source further indicated that in execution of his mandate from CIA, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi on numerous occasions sent members of the political killing task team to intimidate, harass, attempt to murder members of the royal house associated to Prince Makati. Now, a number of cases were opened with SAPS in KwaZulu-Natal related to this conduct. And these cases were, however, not investigated or acted upon by SAPS due to intervention of Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, being the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal.
So, can you explain what evidence, if any, you received to substantiate the statement that this was in execution of a mandate from the CIA?
It is because we ended up, like I'm mentioning, Prince Makati commissioners, part of my network, we ended up having to meet with them. Actually, they even came to Gauteng. We hosted them in Midrand, helped them to open a case as they were alluding. But that time, Prince Makati sent the aide and Prince Zulu, who came to Midrand. And after opening the case, due to jurisdictional purpose, the matter was then transferred back to Nongoma police station. We also have the case number mentioned here, commissioners.
You mention in paragraph 22 that cases relating to alleged intimidation, harassment, and attempted murder of members of the royal household associated with Prince Makati were never investigated or acted upon by the SAPS. Do you have any details of these cases that we could investigate further? Are they...
That was said during when we opened the case, when we said, okay, come, let's open it and let's see what will happen. This is...
And this case that was opened first in Midrand and then transferred to Nongoma, do you have any details of what has happened in that case?
The case could not even be investigated further.
You said could not be investigated, or...
When you ask the complainant, they'll say there's nothing happening on the matter.
Then in paragraph 25, you...
Sorry, Mr. Chairperson, maybe let me just clarify something still in paragraph 22. Mr. Mokgotsi, maybe before I ask my question, let me go back to 21, just to complete so that 22 makes sense. In 21, right at the end, after you say that General Mkhwanazi was trained in the United States, you say, and I read, they being King Misizulu and General Mkhwanazi, you say they were activated in that capacity to protect Western interests. I further obtained information from the source that Lieutenant Mkhwanazi was tasked to neutralize any opposition to King Misizulu. Prince Makati is currently involved in litigation. And then in paragraph 22, and my question is, you say a number of criminal cases were opened with the SAPS in KwaZulu-Natal related to this conduct. And this is after the sentence where you say members of the political killings task team were sent to intimidate. These cases that you refer to, were they cases against members of the PKTT?
That's correct. And thank you, Commissioner. In fact, when SC was crossing to paragraph 25, I was going to ask Commission that I should emphasize that the reason the case was open in Gauteng was simply because it's not written elsewhere, but it's a practice that has been developed, that if cases were opened against political killing past team members, not only in KZN, all over, and they would not be investigated. That's the thing I wanted to say.
Yes, my question is more specific. It is, you say there were a number of cases opened. And my question is, are those number of cases against members of the PKTT, accusing them of intimidation, harassment, and attempted murder? You're saying there are such cases that were opened?
Yes, that's what I said. There were such cases according to the investigation. But the one that we opened in Midrand, it was against Lieutenant General Mkonas, the case that was opened by Prince Ms. Makati.
And the ones opened against PKTT members, there are names to them. There are individuals, members who are named in those cases.
That perhaps the commission, one will have to find out and try to get more information. But as I'm saying, on the arrival, as we spoke, the NFA, they did say, you know, we tried to open these cases so many times against PKTT, against General Mkhwanazi. Nothing has ever happened.
So that's what you were told?